Hey y'all, this is Lena, and you're watching Lena's Life. Um, it's kind of late to do a video, but wow, been going through a lot of stuff. Crazy. So Mark and I have been getting attacked by this guy who's like I don't know. I don't know what he thinks he is, but what he's done. We actually had a problem this evening, Mark and I had our Real Talk with the Cummings channel um, taken down.
It's not taken down.
It's not taken down.
No. It's just we can't do live streaming.
We can't do live streaming
until
we get this cleared up with YouTube. But there's this guy. His name is Derek Bros. He calls himself the Global Witness. And if you guys have been following at all anything that we've been doing lately on our Real Talk with the Cummings channel, we actually interviewed him. He was supposed to upload the video onto his channel, and he's no small fry. I mean, he has like 45,000 subscribers, and basically, he wanted to talk to us on his channel, but he never uploaded it. So I just last minute, in order to just document what was going on, we decided to record the conversation, and it was interesting because now he made us take it down because he says that we didn't have permission to use his voice, or I don't know, whatever legal jargon and stuff. So fast forward to Thursday, I think it was, we had invited his girlfriend. Her name is Malia Allen, and she was on Real Talk with the Cummings, and we interviewed her, and it got kind of crazy in the chat room. I mean, people were being really rude. You know, they have a big following and stuff, and they have their own like little chat group that goes on another server online in some, other place where they all gather. But it's just crazy. It really is crazy. And when we talk about people lying, I mean, you wouldn't believe what we had to deal with today. We were going to go on the air because basically we believe this guy is a cult leader. He espouses Luciferian beliefs and is associated with people who are of irreputable character, questionable character. And I think it's a front for something else, personally, myself. So I don't know what happened. I don't know. We started researching. We've been listening to the Global Witness, Derek Bros, for I guess 2 or 3 months, and literally we had been really just really focused on learning what he had to say. His messages were very appealing to us and stuff, and he talked about, I guess the scriptures in a different light, and he kind of preaches this theology of like we're all Christ or something like that, and that Jesus, although he did live, that he wasn't the only embodiment of the Christ, that we are all Christ. And getting into all these semantics about theological belief and stuff like that really wasn't the point of why we got on tonight, because we've been discovering things about Derek Bros and the people that he associates with. And basically, they're not good. I mean, there's some really evil things going on in this world. I mean, when I say evil, I'm talking about demonic things. And I don't know if you guys understand what I mean about demonic stuff, but I mean evil. I mean sheer evil. There are people literally online who are rejoicing whenever a calamity hits on the planet, because they believe that it's a good thing. They, celebrate things like the Las Vegas massacre. You know, they celebrate, you know, cyclones and hurricanes and earthquakes and fires and, things in the sky that, like chemtrails and, anything that's destructive towards mankind, they're celebrating. And it's really bizarre. I'm telling you, when I say that evil lurks, it is out, and it is about, and it is all about destroying humanity. And we've exposed a very ugly underbelly of some of this, although not even touched the tip of the iceberg of it. But there are lots of things going on in this planet that most people are not aware of. The Bible says that we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, evils, and wickedness in high places. The Bible says that Satan is the prince of the power of the air, and he has dominion. Like when he was tempting Jesus, he presented to him, after he led him up to a high mountain overlook, and showed him the kingdoms of the world, and told him that all these kingdoms were his if he would bow down his knee towards him. And he wouldn't be able to do that if he didn't have authority here on earth. And although he's on a leash, don't be fooled. He's still very much evident and able to do many things. So, coming to this evening, we listening in on this private group chat that was on, their private server online. And these are people that follow Derek Bros and the Global Witness people, and we call them Derekites because we don't think of them as anything other than a cult at this point. But the fabricated lie that the leader, their fearless leader, was speaking. First off, he started talking about us. And, we're transsexual or have a transsexual past. And he was talking about us and saying that, he was there to defend us and he wanted to help us and, this, that, and the other. And then he started talking about how, I was somehow at this event in Arizona. Last week, you guys saw that I did a Facebook post of us like we usually do. We usually go to the Toad here in Silver City and listen to music. And we used to drink. We don't drink anymore, but I had a coffee and Mark had a tea. And we sat down and we just hung out that evening. No, I wasn't in Prescott, Arizona at the Emmanuel Pines Retreat Center, whatever it is Derek says I was at. And he starts to talk about how I was in this place and that I was smoking a joint. You can't make this stuff up, I'm serious. That I was smoking a joint with one of his friends or people that he's associated with, a guy named Gordon McCorder, and that I was in his Jeep. And that Derek said that I was somehow led there because I was attracted to someone, maybe even him, at the Global Witness event. And I mean, I'm serious. I can't make this stuff up. I mean, this is like made for TV reality show, you know. So we were like, what? So we're listening in on this conversation. And Gordon's talking about what kind of joint I brought from a dispensary or something. He said I brought a joint from the dispensary. He said that he has video of me there at the event. And it's like, wow, the degree of deception, the degree of lying, the degree of dishonesty is absolutely appalling. I just look at this and I go, wow, people are full of evil. You know, they are. They're full of evil. There's lots of evil on this planet. So we were incensed. We were so upset. And we heard Derek back up this story, this preposterous. I mean, I laugh now thinking about it because it's like Mark and I, you guys know us. We have been through our share of trials and tribulations in our relationship. And ever since I came back from Minnesota, you guys know that we have been inseparable, that we are madly in love with each other, that we are one, you know, and we don't really leave Silver City very often. And I don't even drive. So Mark would know if the car was gone. And, you know, I mean, but this stuff is just like made for TV reality. So, anyway, he goes on and says, I think I know what the deal is. Mark and Lena are dealing with things in their relationship, and Mark is insecure and not. I was like, really? Wow. Let's go further down this rabbit hole, shall we? I don't know how much rope they need to hang themselves with, but boy, they're doing a really good job. And all these people, I'm serious, all these people in that group are all like buying it, like it's hook, line, and sinker, like it's truth, you know, like it's like really, really what's happening. And it's not. It's not the truth at all. It's a big, fat, humongous, made up lie. You know, lie. Just a lie. Nothing more, nothing less. So I was upset. Mark is upset. We start off the live chat with the live stream with silence because we're just like, I mean, seriously, we're just like beside ourselves. Seriously. So after we get over our silence, we start calling them out, you know, and we start, you know, criticizing them and saying, you know, you people are liars, you know, and whoever is listening who's a part of that group, you're part of a deceived bunch. I'm serious. You guys have no idea how deceived you are and how deep of a deception it is. And they're not lying when they say that, you know, the Navajo Times reported that the group was a bunch of Luciferians and a cult, and that they wanted to do religious ceremonies on their tribal land. And I don't blame them for kicking them out. But anyway, this was unbelievable. So we said our piece, and when we're in the middle of our show, there's all kinds of vitriol going on. The global witness, Derek Rose, gets on there himself, starts accusing us, says things, and other people, and it's just like a shooting match. It's ugly, right? We continue reading our articles. We read one about signs of a psychopath, which is what Derek Rose is, and also signs of, you know, false doctrine and false teachers and stuff. So we read that. Then we started to read an article about A Course in Miracles, and it's New Age movement teaching, but Derek Rose says he's never ever read a New Age book, yet that's what he espouses and makes videos about. And then all of a sudden, our channel goes black. Derek Bros actually used his contacts because he knows people high up in, Silicon Valley, in the Hollywood scene and stuff. And he called one of his friends to do a favor for him. And that's how these people in the cabal, in the Illuminati, in the, elite, this is how they work. I have documentation as of yesterday that they wanted to no platform us because apparently we're getting into some really deep stuff that they don't want exposed. So they want to silence us. So Derek yanked our video down and used copyright infringement as a reason, saying that we used recorded private material without their permission. And this was all information that was basically a lie about me traveling to Arizona and Mark, being left here alone. And somehow I was smoking a joint with some dude. Okay, so not true, right? Not true. But he used that lie in order to get me, to get Mark, to pull our channel down. Some people, I'm telling you, full of darkness and evil is their middle name. So, needless to say, we are so disgusted. We're pretty frustrated with the whole situation. It's beyond me. I can't believe it, So, Mark and I made a phone call to Mr. Bros, and we chatted for a good hour, I guess, or something. And this man is absolutely evil personified. When I say that he is probably Lucifer's son, I'm not kidding. This guy will stop at nothing. And he has a ruthless way of conducting himself. We're just utterly shocked at his behavior. So we got nowhere with him. He just kept on defending himself and telling us that we were foolish and delusional. And he started talking about how the church would reject us and that, that they would hang us and stuff because we're trans and stuff. And it's like, we explained to him and said, that's funny because we just spoke with a pastor last week. Oh, yeah, that's right. I was supposed to be in Arizona, but I was talking to a pastor in the morning on Sunday. Go figure. So we're going to church tomorrow. We're going to potentially share our testimony and what we've been through and, ask the church to help, break down these walls that are separating the LGBT from being able to have fellowship with anybody in churches, And the pastor, his heart went out to us, and he and his wife said, yeah, please come. So surprisingly to Derek, he thought we would, the church would just turn us away and stuff. Well, not all Christians are like that. Not all churches are like that. And God is going to use us wherever we're at, however we're at, however we look, or whatever, right? Because he's God and we're not. So we made a video and we talked about it, about being no platform, about being yanked off the air live. We're filing a counter to his claim that copyright was violated or whatever. But the comment that I had to him was, "You lied. It's the only reason we aired it was because you lied about us. You pitted my husband and I against each other, questioning our relationship, making us seem to be like having problems and stuff. And we don't. We don't have a problem." So it's crazy, you know. But I think that we're doing the right thing. I really do. I think that exposing darkness is something that Mark and I were born to do. And we're not afraid. You know, I'm reminded of the story of David and Goliath. And David specifically said, "You come to me with a sword and a spear, but I come to you in the name of the Lord God of hosts, of whom you have defiled." And you know, little David with 5 rocks, little stones, and his little slingshot toy was imbued with power from on high and struck the giant down. And we may be small. Mark and I, simple people, we don't have much. We don't, you know, make big waves, but we serve a mighty God, and that mighty God is not and will not be mocked. He is God, and let all of hell be on notice that he will not be mocked. I don't care who you work for. I don't care what you do. I don't care how much power you have. I don't care what you may think you have over other people. There's no one higher than our God. You cannot scare us, make us fearful. We will not be moved. And all the powers of hell are on notice. I know that we're doing the right thing. I really do. I know that God will be glorified in all of this. And when it's all done, we'll be so grateful that God gave us this opportunity to give him the opportunity to show himself as God. So anyway, crazy stuff. Crazy stuff. I couldn't make it up. So I don't like marijuana. You know, doesn't do anything for me. And I haven't driven since I can't remember when. So all of these things are lies. All of these things are fabrications. And who is the author of lies? Who's the father of lies? The father of lies is the devil. The accuser is the devil. So who does Derek Bros work for? You guessed it, the devil. So anyway, I guess I've rambled on enough about this, and we'll see. We'll see what happens. Can't wait, honestly. And we will be revealing more truth. We will be revealing more information as we find out. And the truth marches on. Anyway, have a great night, you guys. Thank you for listening and watching. And I just hope that the truth can be brought to the light. I really do.
Good. Well, so I figured out how to do the other. So now all we have to do is